Hey guys, TommyBryson here, and in this video, I'm gonna break down exactly what the problem is with Bank of America and why everyone on the internet literally basically hates Bank of America. And by the way, guys, just want to present you guys with the new member of the team, and his name is actually Nilo. So this right here is Nilo. It's my cat. I just got a cat. I didn't think I like cats, but I like Nilo though. Nilo's pretty cool. This is his name, and he is awesome, and that's what I want to show you guys, the long-term team, so make you guys a part of everything. Now guys, today we're going to talk about basically Bank of America. Is it a good bank? Is it a bad bank? And by the way, it gets a very bad reputation, right? And by the way, I've seen videos on YouTube by, for example, Ramit Sethi, for example, also Stephan, and I've seen countless threads on the internet, on Reddit, on Quora, on so many websites out there saying, yo, Bank of America is trash. But after reading all these articles, I noticed that basically is not just BOA that's the problem, it's mostly just big banks overall. It's like you go somewhere, you give them, for example, your hard-earned money, and they treat you like a number, use your money to make money, but then give you just a bunch of trash fees and everything else. In this video, we're gonna break down exactly what should you do, why are big banks actually trash, and what is actually what I actually do. Where do I actually keep my money? Is it a big bank like Chase, Wells Fargo, BOA? What do I do? Or do I have, for example, a credit union? In this video, I'm gonna break everything down. If you guys are new here, I post videos on YouTube, so make sure to go ahead and subscribe to the channel, hit the bell so you get notified, and on top of that, also destroy the like button. Now, the first thing is this, guys, okay? Overall, I don't want to be biased here. Although Bank of America does have, for example, like 36 million customers or so on, in reality, if you go to Reddit or Trustpilot or, for example, Quora, I can never really pronounce that. But overall, if you go to those websites, you will see countless articles. People say, hey, Bank of America is just trash. Chase is just trash. Wells Fargo is just trash. And that's why I say, yo, it's not just BOA that's the problem, but it's just big banks as a whole. Now, I'm not judging based on, for example, hey, they have great mortgages, great loans. No, I'm talking about just, for example, what is the person-to-person experience and also check-ins and savings. The first thing is, obviously, people are not happy with BOA or Chase or Wells Fargo or any big bank out there because basically, if you deposit $10,000, you get 0.01% on your money. Basically, this gives you right here like around $1 a year. That's how much you get, $1 or $10 a year. That's the math here. Imagine that. And they grab this money and lend it out there for 7%, 8%, and just making a bunch of money from your money, but you basically get nothing whatsoever. And by the way, currently right now, as of Monday 6th, and what are we on, guys? We're in August? No, we're in September, right? So as of today, Monday 6th of September, right now, Chase offers you 0.01%. On the premium savings, 0.02%. Wow. On top of that, BOA offers you 0.01%. HSBC Bank offers you 0.15%, US Bank offers you 0.01%, and lastly, Citibank offers you 0.06%. And by the way, you might say, well, Tommy, right now, interest rates are super low, so it doesn't make really sense. But in reality, even before then, when interest rates are actually higher, it was still trash. It's been trash for a very long time. They don't give customers anything whatsoever. There is absolutely no benefit whatsoever to save money with a big bank. You could say, well, Tommy, the money is safe, it's FDIC insured. In reality, every single bank out there, every single usually online bank out there offers you up to $250K of your money actually insured. So that's no longer really like such a great feature as it used to be. Now, also, second, here's why people also hate big banks overall. Number one is they have crazy fees. Overdraft fees, maintenance fees, minimum balance fees, return check fees, just a bunch of fees. If you go to Bank of America or Chase or Wells Fargo or any of the big banks out there, and you go to, for example, disclosure, and you see all the fees is just fee after fee after fee. Now, for context here, you might say, Tommy, well, if you're a good customer, you never pay any fees. Well, in reality, these people make around $34 billion a year just from fees, okay? And by the way, first of all, When it comes to having, for example, overdraft fee, when I first heard about it, when I was like 19, 18 years old or whatever, I was like, well, overdraft sounds like if I swipe my card, I don't have any money, the bank spots me in a sense, and I can basically deposit the money, boom, everything's fine. Yeah, kinda. But if I, for example, didn't notice, and the next day I came back, well, guess what? That is a $35 fee. Now, special way to waive it is you call in and ask for a one-time favor, and they usually waive it, right? But guess what? Some banks out there, I've heard these stories and I've seen these stories, for example, with TD Bank and also BOA, where they keep charging people the late fee per day that they don't pay. And it's not like $5 or $10. No, it's like $35. So basically, if I went overdraft by like $5, $7, they charge me $35 per day until I pay. So imagine being broke and you don't got the money and they keep charging you and charging you and charging you. It makes no sense. On top of that, minimum balance fees, okay? This means, and by the way, this is usually all just to avoid, for example, like the maintenance fees, which is basically, hey, we charge you $10 or $12 just to maintain your account open because it actually costs us money. Well, yeah, it costs you money for me to basically deposit money into my account and for you to go ahead and basically lend this money and make money. You could say, Tommy, well, you could waive it by basically keeping in there like $1,500 or whatever. The answer is, yeah, you could waive it. But now today, with like all the online banks out there, you're able just to go with any other online bank and basically have none of these fees whatsoever and keep $1 in there and not worried about, for example, hey, I don't have a college account, so I'm going to be charged $12 or $15 or, for example, $25. And by the way, just for a little jab here, I live in Puerto Rico now and I have Banco Popular, and there's no way to waive, for example, the maintenance fee. I get charged $10 a month and I can't waive it. And for context, that's $120 a year just to use the app. I can have, for example, in there $1 million, doesn't matter, I get charged the money. I can have in there, for example, $10,000, doesn't matter, I get charged the money. They just don't care. They charge it to you. No, I hate that. I can't stand paying fees, okay? I just cannot stand it. Now, guys, when you really think about this and you say, well, Tommy, if BOA and big banks are so bad overall, then why do they have, for example, 36 million customers or whatever it is, right? Well, in reality, I noticed that you have two main components here. You have, for example, blind loyalty and just a convenience factor. You say like, well, I had them for a very long time. They've been with me since my parents. It was my first bank account ever. But in reality, you know, my first phone ever was a Nokia. I don't have it because it's basically trash now, right? So just like, for example, you upgrade your phone every single year, if there is a better product out there, better bank account, just go out there and get the better one. So I'll tell you exactly what I have and what I actually use. For me personally, till this day, I don't know if I'm gonna jinx it, guys, but till this day, I still have, for example, my Chase account, but it's still under a college account. So I don't get charged any money for having less than $1,200 in there, okay? So, which is, I think, $1,500 in there now. So I don't get charged any money whatsoever, so that's pretty cool. However, though, I only use them to keep, for example, my rent money and my current expenses in there, and that's basically it. I don't use them to save money or anything whatsoever. My main account that I use as an online account, for example, is Sofi Money. That is my #1 account. Now, whenever I look, for example, for savings accounts that is actually pretty good and has, for example, great rates, I look, for example, for the convenience factor of having, for example, like a big bank, but also the one-on-one personal touch of a credit union. And I feel like I found that with Sofi Money, and that's why I use them the most. And by the way, no, I'm not sponsored. There's no link down there. Although I should put a link, I probably will put a link, but there's no link on this video whatsoever because I'm not sponsored. But it just makes sense. Sofi Money helps set up an account where they're competitive with their savings accounts rates. They also have, check-ins is actually amazing. They give you a debit card. They also have a credit card available. They also have people that actually help you find a job. They also have financial advisors. They have just a bunch of features in the account. And they also cover you up to $1.2 million in FDIC insurance, if I'm not mistaken, although I don't have that much money in there. But it is cool to actually say, hey, when I do get to that point, I can have that much coverage. And why? Because basically, Sofi Money works with a bunch of different banks, and that way they can increase the amount of money they can actually secure for you, which in my opinion is pretty awesome. And that's why I use Sofi Money. But on top of that, I recommend each and every single one of you guys, okay? Look at SoFi Money. Look at, for example, Allied Bank. Look at, for example, Wealthfront. Look at, for example, the 360 savings accounts by Capital One. I don't know why they called it that, but it is amazing and it does work. Now, my favorite thing about SoFi Money is that basically you're able to create multiple accounts. So I have an account in there for my taxes, for my wedding, for my car savings, for my normal checking accounts. And basically, if I want to block out the money I can actually use, that's fine. And because I got in very early, I can use literally any ATM in the planet and basically get the ATM fee refunded to my account instantly. And to me, that is awesome. By the way, they also have like around 35 or 33,000 ATMs available. So if you want to take money out, there are no restrictions. You're basically able to take money out wherever you want to, usually McDonald's and everywhere in America. So to me, that's awesome, because one of my fears was basically that if I get an online bank account, well, in reality, how do I basically take money out? Well, now they have a bunch of different ATMs by using, for example, the Allpoint network. And that is just amazing. And that's what I basically use, guys. Okay, so overall, for context here, I'm not saying that BOA is bad for everything, or else they would be out of business. I'm not saying Wells Fargo, Chase, all the big banks out there are basically trash, but I'm saying as far as, for example, having a check-ins and a savings, they're basically trash for those things right there. They're just so behind. And I'd rather have that money, for example, with an online savings. However, when it comes to getting a mortgage and getting, for example, a loan to buy a car, whatever you want to do, in reality, the big banks are going to offer you better rates, because guess what? They have a lot more money, a lot more customers, and can be a lot more competitive than, for example, an online bank. But eventually, I do believe it's kind of going to shift a little bit more. And by the way, if it wasn't for the lack of technology and just the lack of everything, I would definitely recommend, for example, a credit union. But although credit unions are amazing and customer service is basically great, it's just that the technology is just so outdated and obsolete, and the websites look like trash and the apps look like trash. So that's why I don't use, for example, a credit union, although they are great, for example, for mortgages and also loans. But as far as just like checking the savings, I would always just go, for example, with a good online bank. And by the way, today you have, for example, like Chime. You have also the Robinhood card and a bunch of apps out there, whatever it is. But my rule is I want something I'm able to use. I trust them. They're competitive. And that way I don't have to move money every time there's like, oh, you get $5 over here or like $10 over here. That's why I use SoFi Money. I'll put a link down below. But again, I am not sponsored, guys. Okay, now before I do leave, guys, okay, remember, okay, if you want to make money, you don't make money by saving money. Just save, for example, your emergency account money. But if you want to make money, invest money. So I'll probably link a video also down below on how to invest money and multiply your wealth. However, though, if you want to close a checking account, I'll link an article by Chime, and they basically teach you exactly how to go out there and close your old big bank accounts. You're basically not going to use them. Okay, again, they're good for mortgages and just getting loans overall and more opportunities that way, but they suck for the check-ins and savings experience. And by the way, to those big banks, you're just a number. To online banks right now, because they're smaller in size and very competitive, they're able to just do a lot more for you. So that's why I love them. And for credit unions, they're amazing, but again, they're just very outdated, and that's why I basically don't use them. But you know, they might change in a few more months or in a few years, who knows. And by the way, comment down below, guys, and let me know, do you want me to make a video on the top 5 checking accounts and savings accounts? Comment down below, let me know. I'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. As always, like, subscribe, hit the bell so you're notified. Comment down below any questions. And by the way, tell me a story, okay? What experience have you had, for example, with a big bank? Has it been good? Has it been bad? Has it been trash? Comment down below, let me know. On top of that, if you want to call me. Down below is a link to schedule a call with me for free, link down below. Or just send me a DM on Instagram at TommyBryson. Thanks for watching. Here's my face here, click it. And here's another video right here on investing. Peace out. Love you guys.